Okay, so I told you guys I would show you the bedroom, what ended up happening. So it's the 29th of May, and I'm gonna show you our room and the floor. And I just want to say that we had done so much laundry, and we didn't have time to fold it. It's just been crazy here. So we vacuumed the side of the bed, and we put down a clean sheet, and we put the laundry there so that it could be safe until we could fold it. And then the room flooded. So literally almost all things in the house, laundry-wise, had to be rewashed. So today's day 2, and I'm still washing all that stuff. Yay! Here's the bedroom. So we now have the concrete floors. There's a little bit of a mess up there. There's some paint circles. It's very industrial. And the paint. So you got the bedroom. Hey, Kenny Ken. Kenny Ken. Say hello. And the Ruby Roo. Hello. Ah, and a Molly. Molly. Okay, so you guys got to see the bedroom. I kind of like it. It's I don't know. Oh, look, that's the only clean stuff I have right now. Well, I have other clean stuff, but that's the only stuff that didn't get wet. Oh my gosh. But I like it because now my scale can be in my bedroom and not in the bathroom, getting moved around constantly. So that's where my scale lives now. Yay. How exciting. Breakfast is banana and PB2 peanut butter. Yum. Lunch, raw corn and a salad. Okay, so I just finished washing the dogs, and I'm in here making lunch for the girls. And I was gonna do a grocery haul yesterday, but I didn't get back from the grocery store till 10:30. So it was I just need to unload all this. But we're gonna go through my refrigerator. I'm gonna show you guys. It's kind of funky. I need to take everything out and clean it. Normally my wife does that. When I'm at the grocery store, she cleans the refrigerator, and that's why it's at this point, because she's been so busy lately. But we're gonna go ahead and talk about stuff. Very excited, and then we will see each other again on the flip side. Guess we'll start at the top shelf. Greek yogurt, plain, non-fat. That's my sour cream. That's my base for smoothies. That's all kinds of stuff. Olives and spicy V8. That's for my virgin Bloody Marys, because sometimes a girl just needs a fake cocktail. Fruit cocktail. I get that in the cans, but I put it in the fridge because it's better cold. Look how dirty. Spinach. I mix it into my eggs and stuff, so I have the container. I get the big cans and keep them in this container because it's easier to get little bits at a time. Of course, we have the milk, the skim milk for the kids, and Crystal Light. That is my go-to, girls. Crystal Light is the bomb. Alright, biscuits in the back. Here we go. Artichokes, which I wrote up how I cook these on my blog. I don't know if I ever did a video, but I'll maybe do those today because I'm making one tonight. And if not, I'll do it tomorrow because I'm making the other one tomorrow. So, grapes, tomatoes. My oldest just likes to pop 1 or 2 of these out and eat them kind of like an apple. Half a spaghetti squash that's left, and eggs. Eggs are my go-to protein. This is my favorite Sobe 0-calorie water, and that's the Fuji apple pear. And I'm going to try that one, the kiwi one. So, little watermelon. Down here, I have corns. That's how I bought them. They were 78 cents an ear. I like to eat those raw. You clean them, you strip them all, and you clean it up real good, and you can eat them raw, and they're so good, and they're so filling. It's just awesome. Right here I have boiled vegetables, like the potatoes and the mushrooms and stuff from the boil from this weekend. So those are probably going to get used today and tomorrow, and then because they need to be eaten. Lettuce and apples, and then down there's the meat and cheese drawer. So then if we go this way, it's a bunch of Walden Farms. Hey Paisley, y'all are getting to see all the animals today. Pay, my love bug. I gave the dogs a bath. So hey Wiley. Okay. Walden Farms Dressings, my favorite is the Dijon, the honey Dijon. Then I have the Classico light Alfredo, and some red peppers, Miracle Whip, all like the fixins. This is inside my fridge, the cheeses, and then this is the butter that I use. Smart Balance, light with flaxseed. It's not focusing. Why are we not focusing? There we go. Anyway, okay. Hold on. That's just to kind of give you an idea of like what's in my fridge. It's a whole lot of veggies and fresh foods, which it's like it kind of sucks because I hate having to go to the grocery store more than once a week or like once every week and a half. But keeping it full of fresh food, you kind of have to, and I just think that's a great trade-off. It's worth it once you get yourself into the routine. So that's my fridge, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys throughout the day. I'm doing a food vlog. How exciting. Did I show you everything? Yeah, I didn't eat the salad. I was going to eat corn in a salad, but then I got distracted cleaning the dogs. So I have not eaten a salad. Oh well. Having a fruit plate for a snack. Hello. Okay, so I'm making a video in the kitchen. It's a food vlog, video in the kitchen kind of day. I am going to make stuffed artichoke. And see, I thought I had everything I needed before I started. Hold on. I didn't have my aluminum foil. And this is a very important part. So, I'm going to take out a whole thing of aluminum foil. I'm in my robe because I just got back from Zumba. And in a little bit, while this is cooking, I'm going to go hop in the shower. So, I got my sweaty clothes off, and I dried off, and I rinsed off, but I'm going to go pamper in the shower. It's going to be beautiful. Anyway, so we're going to take the, look. See these? I saw a commercial for these, the Stay Clean. They have like a grippy surface that doesn't grab food, and I bought them, and I came home, and I was like, look, wife. I got myself a new toy, and I'm sure it's not going to work the way it works in the commercial, but I don't care. I really want it. And it does. It stays clean. Food gets stuck on it. You just rinse it off. The food goes sliding right off. It's so not gross. It's so awesome. I love it so much. Anyway. Here's going to jump down, and he's going to knock over all my shower stuff. Woo! He's in. He's getting better. Okay, so first things first. What do we have? We have pepper, salt. I use the fine sea salt, or I like the coarse stuff too, but I don't have any right now. I grind my pepper. Fresh garlic. I just peeled the cloves, and I peeled too many last time, so I had extra. Lemon juice and Smart Balance butter. Okay. So, we go like this. Ooh, I didn't grab the knife either. Arrgh. I'm so out of practice. I'm telling you. Gonna start with preheating the oven at 425. I don't know if I said that yet, so I just said it again. If so, if not, then it's 425. We're preheating the oven, and I'm non-stick spraying the foil that I'm gonna make the pouch out of. Okay, this is my big knife. I don't have a very fancy set of knives or whatever, so this is my big knife, and it's got this edge, which is gonna be what's gonna make cutting this easier. You're gonna cut his butt flat, and then to keep that from browning and getting too ugly, you just get a little lemon juice and touch it. If you have fresh lemon, I usually cut it in half and then rub it and like use the edges, but I don't have fresh lemon, so I have to use lemon juice, which is okay. It's still going to work. I just have a very little bit in here. I measured it out earlier. Alright, see, now you're going to look at him, and you're going to go about an inch from his top. And you're just going to cut it off. And that's why the serrated edge knife works really nicely, because just trying to chop straight sucks. That's what it's going to look like. Okay? And here again, we're going to just put some lemon juice on the edges. Okay. So, we're going to move our mess. How fun to cook together. Alright, I take and I spread my leaves because we're about to stuff them. Alright, take a little bit of the lemon juice and you just kind of pour it in. So now it's got a bunch down at the bottom. And you take your whole cloves of garlic. I just spilled my lemon juice. Like lots of garlic. So you take, and I start in the middle, and you just stuff the garlic down in. Now, the bigger your artichoke, the deeper these things will go, and you won't even see them. So then you just kind of move it around again. Get to another side. Stuff them in. Find another hole. Stuff them in. I just kind of try to like stick with the roundness of the, you know, lay them in there. See what's happening here? I know you do. If you've ever eaten like bread stuffed artichokes, it's got a lot, like the flavor is kind of the same, but it doesn't have all the breadcrumbs, so you're kind of getting off easy there on calories and stuff. So there you go. Stuff them all in, right? You can put as much of that as you want in there. So you go, so now you got your stuffed artichoke, and I take pepper, and I pepper over him. And actually at this point, I usually switch to my foil because, oh no, I dropped you. That's okay, I'm not going to eat that part of you. I switch to my foil because you're going to kind of make a little bit of a mess. So I'll pepper, and then it won't come out. I keep my little things so close because I don't want a whole lot of salt to come out, but then I get frustrated when it doesn't come out. Okay, salt. I like to put it into my hand so I can really see where it's going and guide it. All right, and then more lemon juice. If you have fresh lemon, just squeeze it over. I don't have fresh lemon, and because I spilt my lemon juice, I have to go get my lemon. So, alright, just get it kind of all over. Alright, now this part is up to you. Some people, you can put like oil, like drizzle olive oil over it. I don't like to do that. This kind of gives it the buttered bread, like breadcrumb taste. I take the Smart Balance. Now, I'm not going to measure this, and it's going to be unusual for you to see me do something and not measure it, but I'm going to tell you why. Because I know for a fact from measuring all the time that I'm not about to use a whole serving, and I charge myself a whole serving. That's how I justify this. So anyway, you just take, and you get yourself a little skinny curl, and I spread it out as much as possible, and then just kind of butter the top of the artichoke. Napkin. Okay, that'll probably be the face that YouTube chooses to give me as a thumbnail. That face I just made. But anyway, I can actually customize thumbnails now. I just don't. I feel like it's kind of fun. I mean, I do every once in a while if there's a picture I want to show you guys, but. Alright, so you butter the top like that. Then you put this down. If you want to salt it again, you can salt it again. If you want to pepper it again, you can pepper it again. I feel like that's fine. Now you're going to make just like a triangle. Oh, preheated. Alright, look. So see, you make yourself like a little tent for your artichoke, like a little home. And then you just kind of seal them all up in there. This is actually on my blog. If I remember, I'll put the link to where I talked about this. Okay, got him in a little house. He's all sealed up. Now you take him, you stick him on a pan, and you stick him in the oven. timer, 45 minutes. They're kind of involved. Because after he cooks, you're going to have to let him sit for another 45 minutes. Well, you don't have to, but the longer they sit, the better they taste. For a window. Like, 15 minutes, not enough. 45 minutes, perfect. And plus, he's at the perfect eating temperature. I'll show you when I go to eat him right now. I just choked on air. Oh, there's one choke on air. Now, I'm going to go take a shower because I have 45 minutes to do it. Alright, there was something else. Oh, I'll tell you that later. Okay, so I'm out of the shower and I was thinking about, like, I was going to finish the food vlog, which I'm pretty sure I've shown you everything I ate today, but I'm not 1,000%. Let's check. Let's do that. Okay, need to make the, Crystal Light. Look, put it on the food vlog. And, maybe, I was gonna, like, show you, I'm gonna maybe take a picture of the, what am I saying to you? Oh my gosh. Oh, of the artichoke. I'll shoot a little video of it. I'll show you it afterwards. It's actually resting right now. But, so I was in my room and I was playing around and I was like, oh, I need to show them what the room looks like, but then I remembered I did that. So then I was like, well, okay, let's talk about other things, like complete, the dogs lay under the bed, so weird thing. Things that I'm loving right now. Complete randomness. Things that I'm loving right now. This is my favorite kind of gum right now. It's absolutely amazing. It's supposed to be 0 calories per piece, but here's the thing. The FDA says that you can have up to 5 calories in something and call it 0 calories. So I guess I don't know. It's got to have some kind of calories. Let's see the ingredients. Gum base, gum, all texture, soy, artichoke color. I don't know. It's gotta have sucralose. Sucralose. Isn't that like the same stuff that Splenda is or whatever? Anyway, it's gotta have something. If they say 0, I count it as 5. Just because it's like, if it can have up to 5, we'll call it 5. Not a big deal. Alright, so skincare. Oh my gosh, you guys. Like, dude, seriously? My skin's been whack. One, I'm breaking out all over my body. Well, not all over my body, but like, especially like up here, because the summer is here and I'm like putting suntan lotion on everything. My goal this year is to not be 15 different shades of white. It's like, seriously, I'm a rainbow white girl. It's like the face gets pink, the neck and shoulders get a certain degree of tan white, my arms get the most tan white, and then my legs are like ghost white. So it's like, I would like to be all one color. And since I don't tan, like when I say tan white, it's like I am like burning, turn slightly tan. It's like, so I'd rather just avoid the sun, slather everything with sun care, and just be all ghost white. So at least I can be one color. That's my deal. So what I've been doing, okay, so that's why this is breaking out, because I have this like Hydro Sport SPF 80 doesn't move like cement on your skin, so that when I'm running, it's not sweating off. It's like a necessary evil, but I'm trying to figure out, like, and I'm really sensitive to stuff, so when I started to overwash with my body wash, oh, it just became a ridiculous nightmare. So now I'm trying to like find gentle oatmeal, Aveeno type things for my body to wash my body with, so that whatever. But my face, I've been having issues with my face because I love Clean and Clear. They used to have a mattifying. I actually talked about it in a video because that's all. I don't really do makeup like for my face. I usually just do the mattifying moisturizer. But then they discontinued it and threw my life into a tailspin, because all of a sudden I had to find different moisturizers, and that was like 6 months of breaking out and itching and being too dry and all that stuff. So I got it kind of down now. And let me tell you, I wash my face with this thing called Simple. I'll show that to you, but I wash my face with this scrub by Simply or Simple, or it's a Walmart brand. My sister gave it to me, and I thought, oh gosh, it's gonna be so expensive, but I found it at Walmart, and it's like a face scrub, and I love it. And I only wash my face at night, like only like actually wash my face. If I work out and sweat, or after I put on, like, this is my face. This is my, I have them all over. I like leave them in the car or my purses all over. So this is the SPF 70. It's actually the same thing, it just looks different. SPF 70 Neutrogena Sports Face. I had to put that on my face. That's when I'm going to run. So after I'm done with the run, I'm sweating, I have that. I have like these face wipes, these cucumber face wipes in my car, and I'll just wipe it down. But I don't wash my face in the morning. I wash my face at night, I scrub it. Then I put on the Sensitive Night Cream. Retinol Correction Sensitive Night Cream. That's what I put on. And then that's what I put on like today. Then for the next couple of days, I'll be using, I'll put this on. Neutrogena? Okay, and like I do it like every other night. I switch them out. Okay. Then during the day, I wake up and I put on my Healthy Defense SPF 50 Neutrogena moisturizer, liquid moisturizer. It's really cool. And then if I have any blemishes, I use the Persagel, touch them up. And then there's no, like, they don't have the mattified moisturizer, so I moisturize with this. And when I wake up, if I'm not feeling, like, if I feel like my face is dirty, since I only scrub it at night, I'll use a clean wipe, like a makeup removing type wipe, but it's for your face, like, not just for makeup. But anyway, but for the most part, I just wake up and I use this as my moisturizer, and then when I'm going to do makeup after my moisturizer has set in and settled and found its happy place, I use this guy, and it is the oil absorbing treatment, and it's kind of basically winds up doing the same thing, like these two together, moisturizer and mattifying. I dropped it. That's okay. It's plastic. Anyway, and then I do my makeup like normal. So they screwed me up because instead of being able to just use the mattifying moisturizer during the day and the other moisturizer at night, they discontinued it, and I wound up having to go ballistically crazy with other stuff. But after trying a ridiculous amount of skincare, this seems to be working pretty good. So now if I could just stop my neck from breaking out, but what I'm gonna start doing is using like the sunscreens that I use on my face. I do them all the way down to my neck, but when I'm spraying my like collarbone, this gets sprayed in it. So I need to just work that out. Okay, those are things I'm loving for my skin. Ooh, and this is the suntan lotion I'm using when I'm not running and I'm just hanging out, because I'm like seriously suntan lotioning all all the time, keeping it seriously. Okay, so this is like a body lotion and it's 50, and this is a shimmer lotion and it's 20. So I put this on first and I wait like 20 minutes. Then I put this on and then I shimmer all over the world. Yay! It's like glitter, but you know, for the summertime. Okay, things that I'm loving. So skin, gum. Found these things and I was like, oh my god, my inner fat girl reached out and grabbed them, and I bought them both. And I don't even generally do chapstick, but cake batter chapstick, and it tastes like kind of like cake, like a little, like it's got like a sweetness to it, but it smells like cake batter. So it's like, oh, so nice. Oh. Seriously, this has stopped me from eating cookies on several occasions over the past couple of days. And they have a velvet cupcake, and it's funny because red velvet is like a chocolate type of flavor, and it gets it like almost perfect. So totally loving both of these things right now. They're always with me, and I'm gonna go buy more because they're a limited edition. They were at Walmart. And then finally, making life easy. I love this, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, and I've seen it out places, but I had never had my own, and it's the pump thing. so that you can leave it open and just pump what you need to get your nail polish off. That's too awesome, because I don't like leaving the cap off, and I hate having to take the cap off every time, because you know you don't want to spill it. Well, now I got a nifty pump. Awesome. So I'm loving that. Convenience is everything, my darling. I mean, my gosh, what did we do before it? Oh my god. And 10 minutes into this ramble of nothingness but things that I love me. Why? Because I got really smart. Pulled a fast one on a kid. My youngest, and if you follow my Instagram, you know this already, but my youngest, she carved her initial into a toy box. And so we had this long conversation about like the value of things and being blessed to have what we have and how hard my wife works so that we can have the life we have. And then we went online and we found a toy chest that is similar for $220. And then I made a chart. 220 boxes. And then I told her she had a choice. She could either give up her birthday party that's coming up in a couple of weeks, because we would spend about the same amount throwing a party and presents and everything, or she could work for it and have a job. Now my kids do chores around the house, but I don't assign chores. I feel like I'm home and I enjoy what I do, so I don't mind. And I ask the kids from time to time, I'll be like, can you straighten up the front room? Can you, fold these clothes? Can you, and when I ask them for anything, they do it like that with a happy face. And as long as that's how they are, I won't assign them chores. As long as they appreciate what I do and help me when I ask, I won't assign chores. If the day comes that like they don't want to help me when I ask, they're getting chores. But that's how we work the world. So I was like, you're gonna have a job that's gonna pay. And she was like, all right, I would rather have a job and not give up my birthday party. Go figure. So I'm really glad it worked out that way though, because one, we get to still have a birthday party, but two, because I told her, okay, you're gonna do yard work with me then, which means cleaning up dog poo and cleaning up trash in the yard and picking up, like I have a little yard work buddy now. And I told her it takes roughly, I mean, it's two of us out there, but it took us today, we cleaned up trash because the dogs had ripped apart a toy, and we cleaned up poo, and then we gave the dogs a bath, and we were out there for maybe 45 minutes. So I told her I'd pay her $10 every time we cleaned up the yard, and to make it more real, like just, so that she could see that we're actually adding up to the $220. I printed dollars and I pay her, and then I make her pay me back. She thought it was really funny at first. However, when I gave her the money and then she counted it back to me, and then I marked off, and she saw, like, yeah, 10 seems like a lot to the 9-year-old, but when she sees it next to 220, she was like, like, I can't believe that's all that happened. Yeah, honey, that's what happened. So, things I'm loving right now in life, I got smart on ya. I don't even know. And everybody's like, oh, that's so much better. Look, I think that punishment, like, yeah, spanking has a place, especially when kids are younger. And I don't think you should beat your kids, but I think, like, a pop on the leg or whatever. It's kind of like my youngest, one of the times I can remember being like, that's it, it's a spanking, is like, she would run in parking lots, and it would be like no amount of don't do that, or that's it, or fussing, or whatever. If she could slip away from you, she would dart in a parking lot. And finally it was like, nope, that's it. You're getting a spanking, because this is not a lesson I can just let you run off and learn. That was, years and years ago. But anyway. And I popped on her leg, and, then she was all upset with me and angry at me, whatever. My oldest, I think her big spanker was when she was probably, like, 3.5. She would, like, purposely hurt people. Like, like, with a toothpick, she was, like, stabbing my mom. And I was like, stop it, stop it, stop it. And she looked at me, and she went, oh, as hard as she could. And made my mom bleed with a toothpick. She got spanking. So I do believe that, like, spanking, and there is a big difference between spanking your child and beating your child. I do believe spanking has its role, but I think you should teach a lesson whenever you possibly can. Because then you avoid having to do further punishment. Because, seriously, what's a spanking teach them? That's going to get you another spanking? Please. So, I think she learned a little bit of a lesson. I think she's starting to kind of realize what I'm talking about when I'm talking about the value of money and what we have and everything. So I'm feeling very, very smart. Yay. What the finished artichoke looks like in crystal light to make this a real food vlog. And it's about 62 calories for the artichoke. I call it 45 for the butter. The garlic is like 5 to 6 per clove, and the lemon juice depends on how much you use. So there you go.